Hey, have you ever been scrolling through your favorite playlist and just stopped and thought, where do all those cool electronic sounds even come from? Well, get ready, because we're about to pull back the curtain and uncover the secret history of the music you listen to every single day. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those sounds that are definitely not a guitar, not a piano, and not a regular drum kit. In this explainer, we're going to show you exactly where those amazing, out of this world sounds actually come from. And believe me, it has been a wild journey. We're going from these massive, room-sized machines in old-school science labs to a professional-grade music studio that can literally fit inside your backpack. How insane is that? All right, let's dive right in. We've got to start at the very, very beginning, back when making a totally new sound was basically like conducting a huge science experiment. I'm not kidding, these things looked nothing like musical instruments. See, up until this point, every sound came from a physical action, like hitting something, plucking a string, or blowing into a horn. But these machines, they were making something brand new, straight out of pure electricity. And this, right here, is the key. This was like the big bang for music. It was a total game changer, giving artists the power to actually invent feelings and textures with sound that no one had ever heard before. Okay, so once that door was kicked open, musicians started collecting a whole new set of tools. Let's take a look at the essential starter pack they used to build this incredible new world of sound. So the synthesizer is probably the most important piece of gear here. The best way to think of it is like the character creator screen in a video game, but you're making sounds. You don't just play a note, you get to design the note itself. You can make it sharp or soft or sound like anything from a violin to a spaceship taking off. Now, the very first synths were kind of like playing a game in solo mode. They were monophonic, which means they could only play one note at a time, but they leveled up and fast. They became polyphonic, which is like bringing your whole squad into the game so you can play big, complex chords, just like on a piano. Okay, next up is sampling, and this one is huge. You know how you can grab a short video clip or GIF to make a totally new meme? Well, that's pretty much what sampling is for music. It let people create incredible songs just by chopping up and rearranging sounds that already existed. You didn't even have to know how to play an instrument. And this is just how simple and powerful it is. This little three-step process. You capture a sound, you loop it, you change its pitch. That's the secret sauce behind some of the most famous beats in pop and hip-hop history, for real. And finally, of course, you need a beat. Before these came along, you had to have a human drummer. Drum machines are like having a robot drummer that is perfectly on time every single time, and it never, ever gets tired. These things are what gave dance music that rock-solid, hypnotic pulse. Okay, now we get to the real turning point. This is the moment when computers jumped into the game and basically gave all these musical superpowers to everybody. So a huge piece of this puzzle is a technology called MIDI. Just think of MIDI as a universal language. It's pretty cool. It doesn't actually send sound. Instead, it sends instructions, like play this key, this loud. It's kind of like a game controller telling your character what to do on screen. This meant you could control a whole room full of instruments from just one keyboard. And this timeline just shows you how fast everything completely exploded. In the 80s, MIDI connected all the gear. By the 2000s, everything you needed, all that power, all those instruments, could fit right on your laptop. The revolution was officially here. The key that unlocks all this is a piece of software called a DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like Photoshop, but for sound. Inside a DAW, you can see all your musical parts, arrange them, add brand new virtual instruments, and fix any little mistakes, all right there on your computer screen. So we've got all this awesome new technology, but how did it really change the music that you actually hear on your playlists every day? Let's break it down. These effects are the secret sauce. They're like special effects in a movie, but for your ears. Reverb can make a singer sound like they're in a massive stadium, while distortion can make a synth sound really aggressive and gritty. Without these tools, electronic music would just sound kind of flat and, well, boring. And this is exactly how electronic music took over the pop charts. It basically swapped out the old sound of rock bands for something totally new, slick, polished, and futuristic. This new sound was so catchy and so precise in a way that people had never really heard before, and it quickly became the new standard for a hit song. But here's the really wild part. This tech didn't just change old kinds of music, it created entirely new ones out of thin air. Genres like house, techno, and dubstep literally could not exist without synths, samplers, and drum machines. It completely redrew the map of music as we know it. And get this, all this technology means that today, just one single person with one laptop can carry an entire professional studio's worth of equipment in their backpack. That has completely changed what a live show can even look and sound like. But you know what? This story is nowhere near over. Not even close. Technology is still moving at lightning speed, and the future of sound is being written right now, as we speak. The tools are just getting smarter and easier to use. We have AI that can help you write a melody. We have motion controllers that let you literally wave your hands in the air to shape sounds like a magician. The creative possibilities are just exploding. So if there's one big thing to take away from all this, it's this. Music went from being created in secret science labs and expensive studios to being made on a laptop in your own bedroom. The power to create the next big thing, the next hit song, has never been more in your hands. The journey of electronic sound is this amazing, ongoing story of creativity and invention. And the best part is, now you can be a part of it. The tools are right there for you. So the only real question left is, what sound are you going to create?